Hi everybody, David Lindstedt here. So Continuity 2.0 draws from a number of different sources. For example, Drive, Switch, Decisive, The Growth Mindset, many other sorts of books. But perhaps the two most influential ideas for Continuity 2.0 come from Agile and Lean. And one of the things we wanted to do in creating these Scrum cards was to try and draw in some of the influence from Agile and from Lean and pair that with the concepts that we're espousing in Continuity 2.0. So there's a lot of information on Agile and Lean. I'm not going to try and explain it here. There's many books and articles, videos, one of which I've attached here that's a nice 10-minute summary. But the idea would be for these Scrum cards for you to have a way to start very quickly and provide value very rapidly in terms of Continuity 2.0. And again, we want to deliver continuous value. We want to deliver value quickly. We want to have a continuous improvement cycle. All of these things fit in nicely with Agile and with Lean. Now, you don't have to use a Lean or an Agile methodology. You can really just keep the same type of an approach to business continuity as long as we're doing quick returns of value, we're doing a continuous improvement, we're staying to the 9 principles of Continuity 2.0. But let's talk a little quickly about how you could use this in an Agile framework. So the cards can be an instant backlog. So of course, in Agile, we have a backlog of stories or requirements or user cases, and we work very closely with our sponsors, with our stakeholders, with our executives, leadership, whoever's involved in this process, and we can decide which of these is more important and what we want to work on in a 1-week, 2-week, 3-week, 4-week Scrum. So let's say we're going to use a 2-week Scrum. So we look at the backlog and we say, okay, there's a number of things that we have to do for continuity, but we can work together to choose which one is the most important, which one has the most value, what we think we want to tackle first, what we want to tackle second. And so we have that backlog of Scrum cards, and we can pick one or we can work together. We could do it at random, however we want. We could do an exercise first. We could start with looking at the incident response team. We could look at teams and tasks, all of those types of things. So the idea would be to take one of the things from that backlog, work on it for a 2-week period, and then when we're done, we're delivering a minimally viable product. We're producing something that is usable and valuable right away, something that people can take in that 2 weeks and run with. If you had to stop, for example, for whatever reason, you'd have a product at that time. And so then you look again at the backlog and you take the next thing and work it through the process for 2 weeks and deliver value, deliver a minimally viable product, and again and again and again until we have all the things done, at least for this period. We could continue on ad infinitum. We could take a break at any point. We could run a 6-month and come back. Many options are available to us. But the idea would be that these Scrum cards provide an instant backlog for you to start work with your stakeholders, with your leadership, with those people through all levels of the organization and work together to provide value. So I encourage you to take a look at them. I encourage you to try them. I encourage you to try and learn a bit more about how we could use the Lean and with an Agile methodology. Again, you don't have to use an Agile methodology. You could really just look at these as options for getting started in Continuity 2.0, working with your stakeholders and executives and leaders and everyone throughout the organization to provide that continuous value and work through a continuous improvement cycle.